This story is called The Man Who Rots. Late at night, Jake found himself exploring the abandoned asylum on the outskirts of town, driven by a dare from his friends. They had mocked his bravery, betting he couldn't spend an hour inside without running out. Determined to prove them wrong, Jake ventured into the decaying building. As he moved through the dimly lit corridors, his flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows on the peeling walls. Suddenly, he heard a faint whisper, a chilling sound that seemed to come from the very walls themselves. Heart pounding, he turned a corner and froze. There, barely visible in the darkness, stood a figure. The figure seemed almost human, but something was terribly wrong. Its skin was pallid and stretched tight over gaunt bones, its eyes sunken and lifeless. It wore tattered remnants of what might have once been a hospital gown, now stained with dark, unidentifiable patches. Strange, chunky liquid dripped from its body, hissing as it hit the floor and causing the tiles to sizzle and melt away. Jake's breath caught in his throat as the figure slowly lifted its head, revealing a face twisted in eternal agony. He tried to back away, but his legs felt like lead, rooted to the spot. The figure began to move towards him, its movement slow and deliberate, each step accompanied by a sickening, squelching sound. A low, guttural moan escaped its lips, filling the air with a palpable sense of dread. Desperation surged through Jake as he fumbled with his flashlight, its beam faltering before it died completely. He was engulfed in darkness, his senses heightened by the oppressive silence that followed. The moan grew louder, closer, and he could feel the chill of its presence mere inches away. Suddenly, the figure's body seemed to dissolve, the strange liquid allowing it to slip through the walls and reappear right in front of him. Jake watched in horror as the liquid oozed toward him, threatening to decimate any organic matter it touched. Summoning the last of his courage, Jake turned and ran blindly through the asylum's labyrinthine halls, the sound of pursuit echoing behind him. He burst through a door, only to find himself trapped in a small windowless room. As he turned, the figure was already there, its liquid form solidifying into a grotesque mass. The substance shot out, wrapping around Jake's legs and dragging him to the floor. He screamed in agony as the liquid began to eat through his skin, his flesh sizzling and melting away. The pain was excruciating, his nerves ablaze as the substance worked its way up his body, dissolving muscle and bone alike. Jake's screams echoed through the asylum as the entity tore into him, its touch a burning, corrosive death. His vision blurred. The last thing he saw was the figure looming over him, its empty eyes watching his life drain away. His body convulsed one final time before he succumbed to the unimaginable pain. The asylum fell silent once more, the air thick with the smell of decay and burnt flesh. The dark sentinel resumed its watch, waiting patiently for the next curious soul to wander in, unaware of the horror that awaited them. Thank you for joining me today. Please feel free to like this video. I'd truly appreciate it. I'll be uploading new stories and encounters 4 days a week, so subscribe to stay tuned. I'll be keeping up to date with all of the creepiest new stories Reddit has to offer. See you soon, and remember, stay vigilant and stay safe.